Good morning, everyone. It's that thing we do.
Yes, with two people on the couch.
Brandon's joining me this morning because Stephen is still sick.
Stephen got the COVID real bad.
Yeah.
So, I'm here. I'm substitute Stephen.
Well, you want to sit here?
I'm not that substitute. I'm Stephen in spirit, not in function.
Okay.
Are we? Yeah, we're good.
We're symmetrical, at least. Is he feeling any better? Yes and no. Like...
There's some improvement, but he's still real sick.
Yeah.
So...
Sick enough to not be on stream.
Yeah.
Which is very hard for him to do.
Yeah.
Because you know he wants to work.
Yeah, Stephen hasn't worked for 3 days.
Which is wild. Well, you just told Chaz.
Oh, sorry. I mean,
No,
he's ill. He's ill.
Chaz is like, rest.
So,
Get better.
Yeah. How am I feeling? I'm feeling pretty good.
Yeah.
I tested negative for COVID on Sunday and again on Tuesday. So...
I tested negative yesterday.
So, mostly fine.
Yeah.
A little tired. But
Stephen got sick last.
Yeah.
Out of all of us.
So he's gonna get better last. Yeah. Well...
Maybe. Are we wearing masks at home? No. We've all gotten it at the same time.
Yeah, we've all been ill with it, so... We just hope that, we don't have any kind of,
Rebound
or resurgence of disease, but...
And you didn't want to get Josh and Dan sick, so you're here.
Right, yes.
Which was a good move.
Yeah, and Josh and Dan are disease-free right now,
yeah,
so...
they've been fine. So are Chaz and Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
So... Yeah, it worked out.
You want to go through alerts, and then we'll talk more about our COVID time?
Sure.
COVID house party.
It's been so exciting. We have 65 months from Ryu, thank you. 59 months from It's Bestiny. 14 months from Arcane Leo. 33 months from Hero Protagonist. 64 months from Satsy. Just waiting for that one.
Designed behind a conundrum tent, Tiny Eddie's twice-baked party tart rounds.
I really like a conundrum tent.
Yeah.
It makes you think.
It reminds me of that Earthbound tent where they, tape the zombies to the ground. It's a conundrum.
You have to think about it.
It's a riddle. Every Tiny Eddie is a riddle.
I don't know where I had a joke about Eddie being a Riddler.
He is a little Riddler. From yeah, go ahead.
Anise says, "Hey Hetty, how about a nutritious, tasty snack for two to speed up the healing process?"
We don't need the healing.
No, Steven does, but he can have twice-baked party tart rounds. But he has to find a conundrum tent first.
Go to the conundrum tent, get the twice-baked party tart rounds.
And then
you don't
better.
have COVID anymore.
Yeah. Thank you, Eddie.
Thank you, Anise.
We have 14 months from Shaqueeves, 65 months from Skit Scott, 48 months from Back in Red.
It's nice that you have a...
I know. I asked for that on Tuesday. 306 bits from Fryas Pikachu with Jared's dancer emote.
Yeah, for Star Rain.
42 months from Maya the Siren, thank you. 300 bits from Jay Linebeck, who says, "So Rift Tracks uploaded the trailer of them going to Golden Corral, and other than the immediate question of, did they lose a bet, all I have to say about that is good vibes to them." Did I miss something? Chaz?
I don't know. I don't follow the Rift Tracks. What I do know is that...
We're not going to Golden Corral.
We're not going to Golden Corral again. Steven and I are the only people who made it out of Golden Corral without a GI incident.
Uh-huh. Chaz says it came out yesterday. Okay, that's why I missed it.
So that's to our benefit because it was for my birthday that we went. So I'm glad I didn't leave sick. And then Steven, the most likely person to get sick of all of us, didn't get sick at all. Think of the content, says the Slick Duke.
There was the content.
Yeah, we did the content. We can't do it anymore. So there's a new riff tracks that came out yesterday, according to Chaz, about Golden Corral.
Let me just pull it up so I have it for later.
For my immediate viewing.
Oh my god. They did go. Look, there's... Oh my god, Mike, Kevin, and Bill.
Oh, Steven learned something at the Golden Corral.
We
We all learned a little something special.
We all came out of there with a little bit of something.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Thanks, Jay Lineback.
Kyle and Jennifer miss you.
Her name wasn't about poop.
We did learn a little bit about the human experience. All phases of it. From entrance to exit. Golden Corral has your back. Ah. Yeah.
Good morning, Nick.
Yeah, so we've had COVID.
Yep.
Does everyone know the story? I guess you talked a little bit about it
I think
on
we
Tuesday.
did. You can tell it again, though.
Yeah, so for some reason, several of us in Raleigh contracted COVID-19 at the same time in different places of the country. I was in Chicago, Haley and Alex were skiing, and you guys were in North Carolina.
We were in Raleigh.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't go anywhere.
Yeah, you didn't go anywhere. That's
Yeah.
also, I mean, you did go places, but
We were in town.
you were in town,
Yes.
right? And so we all kind of got our independent COVID exposure, and then came back and we're all sick.
Yes.
And Alex and Haley are doing okay.
Well, like, they were doing great, and then there's a little bit of rebound.
Yeah, unfortunately, Haley has a little bit of COVID rebound, so good vibes to her.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, I started feeling pretty symptom-free on Saturday. You're feeling pretty okay.
I was feeling pretty symptom-free on Tuesday.
On Tuesday? Okay.
Yeah.
And that's today.
No, today's Thursday.
Today's Thursday?
Yeah, you forgot already.
Oh no.
So, yeah, like, I tested negative yesterday. I'm supposed to test tomorrow. I don't see why I would test positive at this point.
Yeah.
So,
Steven started feeling sick on Saturday, right? Saturday evening,
yeah.
Sunday,
Yeah.
and
Sunday he had a fever.
yeah.
Careful.
You want to come up here?
He does.
Do you know
You
how
have
to
to
do
move
it?
your hands. So
Oh,
he
okay.
can see
We have
that
to
there's
prepare lap space.
Yes.
Come on, bud. Look at you.
Hi. Good boy.
All right, now we're comfortable. Oh, ooh. He dug his claws in to get a little grip.
Did he just...
Yeah, just a little love scratch. You have some water right between your eyes. So we're doing fine.
Yeah, we're doing fine. Yesterday, we went out for a bike ride,
Yes.
and my heart rate got a little high,
Yeah.
but,
Yeah, post-COVID, the cardio fitness is a little tough.
and it's hard to say how much is that, and how much is the fact I haven't gone on a bike ride in a week.
Yeah.
Because I had gone last Tuesday, or Wednesday. I don't remember. I sent a photo to Nick. We were talking about it.
I Spy Moose said, I had COVID in January 2022 and then tested positive to the day last month.
Oh my gosh.
That is insane. I've had COVID 3 times now, unfortunately. So this is the easiest one yet. Like, I know what to do. I know when I start feeling sick, I gotta test, I gotta get the medicine, I gotta sleep for 40 hours, and then I'm good.
That's the other thing, is all of our experiences have been quite different.
Yeah.
Because, like, I didn't have a fever, but Steven did. Steven and I have had trouble sleeping. Brandon slept forever,
I did. I slept like 10 hours a day.
which is wild. I really wish I could have slept through most of it.
Yeah. Unfortunately, ooh,
Did he do it again?
yeah, he's digging his claws in so he doesn't fall off, which I get.
Just grab the front of it and then peel it.
Oh, you hear it?
Yeah, I heard
Hear
it.
it snap off my jeans? Jeez. Some people in chat are saying they've not had it in 4 years.
Yeah.
Which is incredible.
There's some of us in the group that are in that boat.
Yeah, unfortunately I travel for work, so it's just, it's almost inevitable. Like, even masking through airports and everything, it can
Yeah.
only do so much, so.
But we're doing better.
Yep.
It's just been a thing we're getting through.
Yeah. The GC Nick points out that there's also asymptomatic cases.
Yep.
In this case, I almost didn't test because every time I've had COVID so far, I had like an intense fever, like to the point where I was delirious. And this time around, I just had like a little bit of sore throat, and I was like, I don't know if that's because I just talked a lot this week or if it's because I'm actually ill.
Or if it's cold and dry. Like,
yeah. Like we were talking about needing humidifiers and stuff because the air was so dry. But it turns out all of our throats were falling apart because we all had COVID.
The only reason I tested was because you did, and you were like, "Oh, I'm positive."
And the
I'm
only
like,
reason I
should just
tested
take a
is
test.
because people in this area were like, "I have COVID and it sucks," and I'm like, "Well, I feel a little bad, so
Yeah.
let me try it." And it's like, boom, instantly positive.
Yeah.
So, anyway, we're all good.
Yeah, it's fine. We've
Yeah, Renee says Maddie thought she just had a cold. That's basically the camp I was in.
yeah.
But
I had a sore throat, and then finally I had a little bit of like congestion, and I was like, "Oh, this is an illness."
yeah.
I hadn't been sick since 2019.
Yeah, you forgot what it was like.
I know. It was wild. We have 300 bits from Genesis, who says, "Good news. AAA replaced my car's battery yesterday morning. Now it works again."
That's awesome.
Glad it was a good fix and not the alternator. Those are awful.
Yeah. Yeah, because if it was anything other than the battery, you would have needed to get like a tow and
Yeah, and then it's a lot more work.
yeah.
Glad it was easy.
Awesome.
So, yeah, Brandon's been working. I've been painting for fun because I have nothing else to do.
Yeah, I've just been working from here.
Yeah.
And, with the goal, I think at this point I could probably go home and not get Josh and Dan sick. But I'm trying to be cautious.
Yeah.
Josh caught COVID last year because I came home with COVID, and, like, we stayed in separate parts of the house and everything, but, like,
Yeah.
the air has it.
Transferring the HVAC.
So, that's right, Josh left.
Yeah.
I should just assume that
that he's
he's
there.
not there.
It was yesterday.
He left yesterday.
Yeah.
This little boy's sleeping.
I can hear him snoring.
I know. He's already gone. Okay, well, I'm not getting Josh sick, so
That's true.
I guess I can go home. So we did our bike ride yesterday for about an hour
Yep.
at an average speed of 9 miles an hour. And outside of the hills, did it feel more difficult than normal, or was it about standard fare?
I think it was about standard fare.
Okay.
I did notice when we started that I had cold lung. Like when I breathed, it felt cold in my chest.
That's not what you called it when you told me that you were
Chili
feeling
lung.
that. Mal is pedaling, and she's like, "Brandon, I have chili lung." And I'm thinking CHILI, like the food. And I'm like, that doesn't sound like where you put the food. Haley says, "I can't believe Steven is slacking again." What is he, dying? Yeah, chili lung is spicy lung.
CHILLY.
Yeah, chili like cold.
It felt like
You're eating chili wrong if it's not in your lungs? Dang it. I've never liked chili, and I guess that's why.
I didn't know you didn't like chili. I just had to teach you how to eat it right, apparently.
Yeah, exactly.
Like when you breathe, it just feels cold.
It just feels cold.
Yes.
I've never had this, but you said you had it when you had some kind of
I
like
had either
upper respiratory disease.
I had either bronchitis or whooping cough or something as a child, and I had it then.
Okay.
And then one time I got very sick as an adult and got it then too. But I noticed it just a little bike riding yesterday, but it didn't stay the whole thing.
Was it just the start?
Yes.
Okay.
As we
Tiny Eddie's twice boiled chili lung. It's very good.
200 bits from Arcos18, thank you. Drawing streamers as Pokemon, what would you and Steven want? Our normal picks for that are Skitty and Venusaur, because Venusaur is Steven's favorite.
That was Arcos's first time chatting.
Oh,
So welcome.
Welcome in. Haley said, I bet it would be terrible for me now, considering I'm 2 times worse.
Yeah, we had talked about that briefly, Haley. Haley's got the Paxlovid rebound, unfortunately, and suddenly, rapidly started developing symptoms. So, yeah, that's unfortunate. Yeah, that's a thing. So what Paxlovid does is it slows the replication of the virus by interfering with the replication process for that virus. And so once you are through your 5 days of treatment, that is no longer a thing. And the idea is you're giving your body some time to develop an immune response. But once the virus replication suppressant is gone from your body, if your immune response wasn't there, the COVID replication can outpace your body's ability to destroy the virus particles. And then you get sick again. So eventually you'll get, oh man, so Haley said, I tested negative for COVID 2 times over 48 hours, but now I'm positive again. Yeah.
Are you sure you should go home?
Yeah, I mean, well, here's the thing, like, there was a period of time where either Josh or Dan had COVID, and because we're totally different they were totally different corners of the house.
Yeah.
It was not a problem. But
Yeah.
Josh and I's room are right next to each other,
Yeah.
and that's why I got
Josh-
him sick.
Yeah.
So with Josh out of town, I could probably keep Dan safe, but I could also just stay in COVID party house.
Yeah.
It's fun. Every morning we wake up, we groan. We talk about how we slept for 3 to 4 hours.
Except you, who slept 10.
Except me, because I sleep 10 hours every night.
And then
we
you
eat.
do some work calls, and
Yeah.
then Stephen plays Mario 64, and we watch him play Mario 64.
Yeah, I don't know if you've talked about that.
Steven's been playing Mario
Yeah,
64.
he's on like star 40
Something?
something. 40
Yeah.
something.
40-something.
So,
We have a 44-month resub from Frorwolf. Thank you.
notice that there's no clap signal.
I know.
Did you explain to chat the clap cue?
I forget multiples of 12.
Yeah.
And on Tuesday, I was like, Chaz, can we do a thing? And he's like, yes. And so Chaz did a thing, so now it tells me.
There's a little clap emoji
There's a
when
little
it's
clap
time to clap.
emoji. And I appreciate it very much.
Yeah, I got a little...
How does Steven feel about this change? He has not seen it yet.
I mean, I'm sure he's indifferent to it if he just recognizes like 12, 24, 36, 48.
He's better at quick math than I am.
Yeah.
But I remember more about, like, geometry and algebra than he does.
Unfortunately, you don't need geometry to read the alert list.
Okay, I need it for, like, painting sometimes, depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah, that's true.
But speaking of painting, I'm going to be painting tonight.
Oh, that's right, yeah. Are you working on big canvas
I'm
again?
going to work on big canvas.
Yeah.
I have a lot to do on big canvas.
Maybe there's a way to show a photo
Of
of
big
what's
canvas?
either big canvas or the inspiration photo.
Inspiration photo is way easier, because I don't feel like other photo does it justice.
Okay. But I was walking on a trail one night in the fall and took a photo of the sky with the moon and some trees. And you've been painting it for like
I've been painting it.
4 weeks or something.
And I can show it off tonight also. But for fun this week, I've been painting the twin photo of that you took.
Yeah. In a special style called grisaille.
That's the underpainting name.
Oh, that's the underpaint. So there's
Yeah.
more.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
That's just the underpainting.
What's it like to get better? Haley, you'll know one day. We were talking about how Haley is typically the 1 in 5 for medical events.
Yeah, there's the
photo. Thank you for showing that.
That's what I'm painting. So
You'll understand when you're older.
a week older. So I'm gonna work on that tonight.
Yeah. I'm excited to see that continue to develop. It's really neat to see it come to life. And the one thing that I couldn't get out of that photo was the way the moon looked, because I just didn't have enough dynamic range.
On your camera?
Yeah, because I took that with my phone. And phone camera's good.
Yeah.
And I don't even have the good phone. I have the bad phone.
And I can force it, obviously, painting,
Right.
so I did. So I put the moon in there with detail.
It's taken, Dishnet, it's taken on a trail nearby our home, so very cool.
Yeah, so I'll show off the twin tonight on my stream that I'm working on. The little one,
The little one? Oh,
gray
yeah,
side.
yeah. What's the size of that canvas?
11 by 14.
And what's the big canvas?
24 by
36?
30, 36?
24 by 3036. It's the biggest canvas we've made.
I'd make you go get it, but you have Kepler.
I do have Kepler.
What percent bigger is it? You'll have to ask Stephen. Slick Duke.
Oh, yeah, I missed that whole thing. I just know that we did math wrong.
He was trying to figure out how big it is.
But it's the largest canvas you've painted on for Malmakes,
Yes.
but is it also the largest canvas you've ever painted on?
No, I painted on a 2x4 canvas. 2
Oh.
foot by 4 foot in
Whoa,
college.
Okay.
And
Oh,
I
that's-
built a 6 foot by 8 foot canvas, but I didn't paint that one. I just helped stretch it. It's
got it.
24 by 30. That's what it is. That's what big canvas is.
It's 24 by 30.
Mm-hmm.
And what was your traditional, like,
18 by 24.
18 by 24 for Malmakes? Okay, for the YouTube channel.
And I picked that because it felt right, because in college we had to buy sheets of drawing paper,
This is
and
a
they're all
very
18
art-
by 24.
It's a very art statement. I picked it because it felt right.
That's what I was used to working on, so the
Yeah.
size just felt comfortable.
Yeah.
And I think it's a nice, like, wall size.
It
It's, like,
is.
not huge, and it's not tiny.
One of the things that's really cool about seeing the Malmakes
Mm-hmm.
auctions go out is seeing them in situ, like where someone decided to put it.
Yes.
One of my favorites, I forget the piece, but a game store has
Yes.
bought actually 2 of your pieces, right?
They have 2, yes.
Do you know which ones?
They have the Halo Ring one,
Mm-hmm.
and they have the... Oh, God. The other one is the one that they were really happy about, and I can't remember what it is. I have photos of them saved on
Mm-hmm.
my desktop.
But it's really neat to just see them like in the game store.
Yeah, because it was a store that did tabletop too, so they have like tables set up for like Magic.
Mm-hmm.
So we have 51 resub from Triforce Drummer. Thank you. Penguin Frog says, I have 2 originals and 1 print, and they're in our hall, and I stop and admire them. It feels like an art gallery. I love that.
That's very cool. Yeah, if you have like photos of prints or original canvases,
I do love seeing them.
yeah, tweet Malmakes or what's the
Discord
other?
if you're on Discord.
Discord if you're on
What
Discord.
am I on Blue Sky? I'm
Probably Malmakes.
Yeah.
Some variation of Malmakes.
And someone said Roland. Yeah, Roland has the little one of this.
Oh yeah,
In the store at Player's Choice. And if you don't know where it is, if you go, ask him. He'll point it out.
yeah. If he's not incredibly busy.
I mean, he just has to be like, oh, it's over there.
Yeah.
It's near the cash register. Above a door.
It is way too bright for Kepler.
Oh, he just covered his little face.
He's very cute.
You could lift him up, but he will immediately pull his arm
No,
down.
I'm not gonna break him.
You could cat tax.
I can't. This is a silent song.
Here.
I have the photo. Oh, it's over. The silence is over. He's like, his eyes kind of open. So it's kind of a trick.
He's so eepy.
Don't break his concentration. Yeah, there was a vlog that shows off the location of it in Player's Choice, I believe.
Yeah.
Armored Frog pointed that out.
Are you ready for cat tax?
The claws were a threat. Well, now his claws are all like, yeah. Like, yeah, like
Look
this.
at that little nose. It's too bright for Cappy.
It's way too bright. Please pet him for me. I've not stopped petting him. There's this giant pile of fur, like this much fur, on my black, because I decided to wear black. I don't know why I
That
did
was
that.
a mistake. Well, he's black and white, so
So half of it is fine.
yeah, half of it is fine.
Yeah, he's just conked out.
You don't have to pet him.
I know, but I want to. I like it.
I know.
How are your allergies? You know, I was just talking about that. Since moving to North Carolina, my cat allergy has slowly faded away. When I visit Thomas, who has a long-haired cat, Bruiser, or when I originally started visiting him, it was really bad. Like, my throat was, like, swelling a little bit, and I definitely needed some kind of antihistamine or something. But gradually over time, and as I continue to visit Thomas every 6 to 8 months, I've noticed that I'm less and less having issues with Bruiser, and by extension, way fewer issues with Kepler. every time I visited your house between 2022 and 2023, I would start by taking Effexaffinity or Allegra, and now I just forget it. So
I mean, it also has to do with like the particular DNA of each cat.
yeah,
Because like I don't have as much trouble with Kepler, but like I've noticed if I go to Chaz and Jeff's, not since they've lived here, but like when I had gone up to Indiana to visit before, being there for like a week, I'd be like, oh, these are different cats, and it would be a lot. Because
Yeah.
I'm so used to Kepler and the exposure to him.
I was nervous when I went to Chaz and Jeff's house in Indiana to help them move because they have 3 cats, but no issue. So, right, yeah, that was the other thought, Chaz. And it had all the Chaz said we also had a decade of cat residue in the house, easily a decade, probably more.
Yeah.
And so, and that had all just been kicked up because everything was being moved. But
Haley says Alex has more issues with Kepler and calls him Particle Boy.
Particle Boy,
Because, like, the particles of cat.
yeah, the little
Yeah.
cat bits. There's cat bits in the air everywhere.
The fur, yes.
Cat bits. There's other. He's more than just fur.
Are you sure?
Yeah, look at him. He's got eyes. Those aren't in the air usually. Usually they're in him. But he's also got like, you know how
Dander.
he's got skin under here.
Yeah.
Have you seen it?
Not lately, he's been shaved.
Well, we could solve that.
He hates that.
Probably. But
'Cause he
that
has-
doesn't stop the cat bits from being in the
True.
air. He's got little skin. When he sneezes, what do you think happens then? Then there's like inside Kepler everywhere.
Have you seen his claw pieces?
Oh, from like scratching?
Yeah, because like the cat claws grow and the outer piece pops off.
What? Does his cat claws like shed like a snake?
So like human nails grow from like the matrix down here, like from
The Matrix?
it's called a nail matrix. Like from down here, and then they
We're
move
going
up,
too fast.
right?
We're going too fast. Okay, why is it called the Matrix?
I didn't name it. Ask Noah.
The Matrix is real, says Super Yoshi 7. Okay, so we all have like 20 nail matrices, or matrices, I should say.
And they grow from the bottom out, right?
Yes, like a nail.
But in cats, they grow from the inside.
You mean like a tree?
Yeah. And so
Okay.
like the outer piece pops off.
Yes.
And so when they're scratching, they're trying to get those off.
They're trying to.
Because then the inside piece is sharper.
So cats have tree bark on all of their nails.
Yes.
And they're in a constant struggle of trying to remove the bark, but no matter how many times they remove the tree bark from their claws, they just keep coming back.
Yes.
So this also explains why it makes sense. This
It's
also
a sheath.
It's a sheath,
Yeah. Like they're trying to get that outside sheath off.
so it's like a soft bark. What's a soft bark tree? Bark.
I don't know.
Bark. I'm saying bark, and I feel like that doesn't mean tree. Hang on. Hang on. Oh, it's because bark also is like the
A
dog.
Do you need to go back to bed? I thought you
Maybe.
slept
I
last
thought
night.
things were going great, and then they weren't.
But yeah, he leaves those around.
He's got little. I've never seen claw bark from him.
It's probably next
That's
to
the
this-
other thing too, is I was saying bark, but I was talking about a cat. No wonder I was confused.
They're probably next to
Oh.
the scratching post. Did he just dig in
He
again?
just likes stability.
He's gone.
Look at all of this. There's so much hair.
You can lint roll later. That's just what's in the air. You know that, right? Look up. It's everywhere.
It's still there.
Yeah, it's not going to come off. We have 300 bits from Shy, who says, they no longer measure particles in parts per mole. They're now evolved to use parts per kep.
Yep. Mole was actually just the name of Johannes Muller's cat. I took chemistry. I took college level chemistry.
I believe you.
Why do you think they're always in the air? Because you gotta put
You're
them in
just
the air.
brushing them off. See, you just buy like scuba stuff like this that has the weird fabric, and then it just
And then you're
brushes
always
right
ready
off.
to either hold a cat or scuba dive. I've been living my life all wrong. Mm-hmm. What are you looking for?
Oh, Chill Day says my cat is shedding like crazy right now too. There's fur everywhere. Yeah, it's spring, so Kepler's dropping his winter coat.
I guess so. It's spring. It's February.
But it's warm out. All the frogs are out.
You know, I was talking to a family member about the timing of a tax refund coming in because they just filed. And they were like, yeah, it'll be here by March. And I said, March? Why would it be here in March? That's so long from now. And they said, Brandon, it's mid-February.
It's the
March is in like 2 weeks.
It's the 15th today.
I thought it was the 13th. I thought it was Tuesday.
Yeah, you've been thinking it's Tuesday all day.
Every day is Tuesday.
Zeno Fantasy says it's spring. There's like 3 inches of snow outside.
Yeah. Let's not talk about the weather here.
Yeah.
Oh, man. So we're halfway through February. March is coming around the corner. And it's not spring, but it is 70 degrees today.
Is it? Is that what the high is?
I think the high is 67.
I have 65.
Okay. The high is very warm here.
Also, it's my brother-in-law's birthday. Happy birthday, Kyle. I don't think you're in chat this morning.
Kyle. When are we going to see Kyle again?
Don't know.
Well, this is a bad time to visit Kyle, so please don't.
Because we're all sick.
We're all ill and we'll get you sick.
I sent him a message this morning and wished him happy birthday, and when I checked the weather just now, I had a response.
But if you want to do a Hurricanes game when we're not sick...
They just had Whalers Night, where they wear the Whalers jerseys.
That's not what Whalers Night sounds like. Whalers Night sounds like a tragedy.
The Hurricanes used to be the Whalers, and they were based in Connecticut, and then they got moved to Raleigh, and they became the Canes.
Hurricanes.
The Hurricanes. So that's why.
So in Connecticut, they were the Whalers because that's what you did in Connecticut.
Uh-huh.
And in central North Carolina, yeah, not the Sugar Canes. Thanks for the clarification, Chaz. Yeah, but that ties into what I was going to say. In central North Carolina, they're the Hurricanes, where we don't have hurricanes.
We get hurricanes.
Not like that.
No, we're not on the...
We have more sugar canes than hurricanes.
Do we? I thought
Probably
they were
not
like...
these days.
No, I thought they were further south that sugar grows.
I don't know.
At
I'm not a
least I
sugar
thought
man.
they were candy canes.
It is red and white.
Yeah, it is red and white.
We have not beans yet.
No, we haven't. Do you want to hit the bean button?
Yeah, I can hit the bean button.
These are Steven's Patreon
It
producers.
says Stephen George did it, but
It does.
Steven ain't here. Steven ain't here for this. So, yes, these are the people who...
Support Steven and I over on Patreon. If you're interested in that, the mods have links.
Yeah, one of the... Probably the premier feature of Stephen George and Malmake's Patreon is the shared Discord server.
Yes.
Which has been around since 2016, which was like 8 years ago.
This morning, Brandon told me how long we've been doing Breakfast Stream.
Yeah, we're coming up on the 6th year, I think, because we started Breakfast Stream in 2018.
The other thing is, Steven does a video once a month about what's
Yeah, a
coming
little
up.
behind-the-scenes video about things going on, how the month went, little tidbits of information while the vlog is a little behind.
He had been editing, and then he got very sick.
Yeah.
So
He was on a pace.
He was.
He was like...
Well, I was sick and he wasn't. There were
a lot of vlogs happening. And now he's dying. He's not dying. He's doing better. Yesterday was fun because at some point he couldn't talk.
It was around noon because he had to take his Paxlovid, and he texted me.
He tried.
He tried to text me.
He couldn't talk.
He
so
had been asleep.
He had tried to communicate with Mal to ask, hey, can you give me the medicine?
He's like, yeah, go get me the
Paxlovid.
medicine. But he started by saying, can ugly being land? Laclive? Pew? Log free? And I said, oh. And he said, PX. I said, I don't know. And he said, Lee NBCD, PGAX, loved. PAX. Love. I said, I did love PAX when we went, yes. And then he said, Paxlovid, and I was like, oh, yes.
So what was happening is he was incredibly exhausted from having the disease and was trying to swipe to type, which
He doesn't normally...
Do people know what that is? It's when instead of like doing the two thumbs to type, you do like one finger and you just like slide
towards
it around.
the letters you need, and then it...
Which is the way I exclusively typed for years and still do. But he's bad at that.
Mm-hmm. He was also tired because he had just woke up. So I went to get him his medicine, and I brought it to him because he was in bed. And he was like... I was like, what? I was like, okay, your throat hurts. He's like... And then he tried to finger spell at me for sign language. And he was like doing a letter, and I was like, A? And he's like... He did a different one, and I was like... And I was like, because I know what they are, but he doesn't know all of them.
I like how we started this story with Steven's not dying, and then, like, illustrated that he had no mental faculties in typing or sign language. Anyway, he's doing fine.
Yeah, he's doing just fine.
That was noon. Noon was rough yesterday.
Because he was like... I was like, N? And he's like...
I can make sure he's dying for content, says Haley. Like, he's dying to release the content onto the vlog channel. That's what she meant.
He needs pen and paper. Well, he couldn't text me, and he couldn't sign language at me, and I don't know if he could write either.
Yeah. But later in the afternoon, like, he was okay.
Yeah, he was doing fine that evening. And then this morning he woke up, because he had said this last night. He was like, if I don't feel well in the morning, Brandon, you can do breakfast stream if you don't have work. Mm-hmm. So this morning he was like, no.
Yeah.
Haley said it's worse for me because I sign and then no one else knows what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't.
I know
feel
the
like
letters.
It would be a good thing for me to learn the letters.
I know yes, no, thank you, and letters. And like, that's it.
Yeah.
And then Haley taught me some words that I shouldn't sign in public.
That's not helpful right now.
No, they're not helpful. You have to learn all... Haley says it's the best way to talk trash.
Now I want to ask what those words are, but we can't. This is a family show.
Exactly. Haley can teach you them.
Put your children to sleep. It's time to talk trash. It's time to sign trash.
Renee says it's important to learn swears in any language. Exactly.
Sure, you don't want to access, especially with like a gesture-based system. You don't want to...
Especially when they're easily confused. Because she was like, oh, this is this, and this one is the bad word. So, like, be careful you don't do it this way. Haley says the bad words are ones I messed up and made myself look like a fool.
That's fair.
Yeah, because you don't want to accidentally...
Yeah, that's not how Mal introduced it. She was just like, all I know is the alphabet and the swear words that Haley told me.
And she's like, this one is, like, the word you want, and this one is, like, don't do it this way, because this means not good things.
This means not good things.
Yeah. This
means you look bad. And that's mean.
Haley says, like, when I told everyone, quote, in college, I signed naked a lot. Because it's an easily messed up sign.
Radio Dread said that sounds like learning French. When I was, I went to France at some point and was trying to tell someone that I didn't make any purchases as I was exiting a store, and they laughed and I left. And then as I'm walking away, I was thinking about what I said, and I was like, oh, they think I said I didn't make any cats at this store. So at least I didn't say anything insulting.
Well, what's the word for purchases then?
A shop.
Ah, yeah, that's close enough.
So I probably should have said it differently. Like, instead of using the phrasing I did, I should have said the verb to purchase.
I see. Circle Now Squared says, embarrassed and pregnant in Spanish are often confused.
Kind of sounds like they pair together, though.
Haley says, when I told everyone I signed naked/event are very close.
Okay.
I see.
I go to naked in college. It was fun. I shouldn't know French. Well. Sorry, Reward Drake. I can only be not me for so long.
Coffee!
We have 300 bits from Shy, who says, next episode of Mal makes profanities with her hands, guest starring Haley.
Yeah, I Spy Mooch says, I had 5 years of French when I went to France, but I had to constantly say, lentement, s'il vous plaît, because it was so fast I could not keep up. Yeah, it was tough. I had studied for 8 years, and I could mostly understand people, but they do not slow down. I think in American English, we're used to like hearing a variety of different accents and a bunch of English as a second language speakers, and at least in like Ile-de-France, Paris, like they are not. They're not used to. They don't hear that as much. So like, it would be like if I walked in to a store and someone from Texas with like a super Texan accent tried to speak with me. That would be. It seems like that would be tougher if I were like Parisian French.
When you learned French, like in all the classes you took, were your French teachers teaching like French?
It depends.
France,
so
French?
I mean, I had 2 different French teachers in high school. I had 3 different professors in college. So I studied it all through high school. And my second French teacher in high school was from France. She was from like southeast France. And so I learned like French. Yeah. And then when I went to college, for the first couple of years, I had someone from Romania.
Interesting.
Which was interesting, but she was like she had learned all these languages and studied a lot of it. So she kind of spoke French with a Spanish accent. And then had one professor who was from America but had studied and lived in France for a while. And they had one professor that was a like PhD candidate who was in the same boat as the professor before. So it was all over the place.
Okay.
But as I, finished my French school and studied less the spoken language and more how to do technical translation, because that was my specialty, translating technical and business documents from French to English, I spoke it less, and the people around me were more tolerant of poor French, I should say.
Okay.
And so I just developed bad habits. So I could understand and keep up, but like it was really tough.
My French teacher was from Wisconsin, went into the Peace Corps.
Oh, okay.
And taught English in Cameroon, but spoke French otherwise when she was there.
Yeah.
And then, so she had a very strong, like, African accent. And then my college professor was from Quebec. So, like, that was way different to me.
Magma Fish says, French, known to the French as French. I swear, if you speak any other French dialect, they will tell you you don't speak French. And right above that was a message that was like, Quebec French, that might as well be Franglish. So I think we just really proved the point here.
Haley says, I've been doing German Duolingo over a year and I've learned nothing. I think you know more than you think you do.
Yeah, I don't know anything about German.
I took a semester of it, and after taking French, then Japanese, and then back to French, and then German, it's all messed up.
Don't tell the Quebecois. Now, you have not really spoken French or German for a while, but then you've been going back into studying Japanese. And
I am not caught up to where I was after my Japanese class.
Really? In high school?
Yeah. So,
Wow.
like, everything I've done in Duolingo, just to kind of refresh my memory of it, has been stuff I'm like, oh yeah, I remember this in class. Which is wild because it was 2006. So, I don't know. There's things about Duolingo I don't like, and it's like, here's a participle, but it doesn't, like, tell you, this is a participle. This means also. You use it when you want to say, oh, I also do this thing. But, like, I remember it from high school, so when it comes up, it doesn't throw me, because I just know what
like
it
it's
is.
kind of baked into your brain.
It is, and so is, like, the order of words, because it's not telling you, like, oh, this goes here, this goes here, this goes here. It's just like, if with enough repetition you start to get it ingrained into how you know it goes. But I have that already, so it's interesting to me to do it.
Yeah, like I've forgotten some of the specifics about French grammar, but whenever there's a sentence that requires that you use like the subjunctive mood for verb tense, like the subjunctive version of the verb just kind of comes to my mind.
Yeah.
Which is how we speak English, right? Like we're not thinking of like, oh, we're doing like the past perfect tense, or like the I would have had an opportunity to do. Like we're not thinking about what tense that is.
Yes.
But we just know it based on the context, and that's all language is. It's just you just know it.
You just know if it's right.
So if you're trying to learn, if you're trying to, we're back to the art. If you're trying to learn a language, just know it.
Like
that's all you got to do.
I read something once that was about when you're describing things and you have multiple adjectives in a row. For English, you know, like, oh, well, color comes before size or whatever that order is. Like, you just know it.
Yep.
But, like, when you're learning English, you don't know that order. So, like, why saying the color over here doesn't make sense? Like, a large green apple versus a green large apple, Penguin Frog says. Exactly.
Yeah, like, green large apple implies that like you're trying to think of characteristics about the apple and you're just kind of saying it as you come to mind, as it comes to mind. Whereas the previous phrasing is, oh, okay, I've thought about this, I know what this is. A comment that Haley made earlier was in ASL, American Sign Language, you just sign whether you're doing future or past tense, which sounds incredibly convenient.
Yes. Have you ever looked into Esperanto?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it. If I were like a language person, which there's a potential future where I could be, then maybe I would be into it, but yeah.
I think it's fascinating.
It's neat that someone like thought about it.
Yes.
But sorry, I just forget that sometimes when
there's a clown,
we're on this stream, Steven's screaming.
Yeah.
So.
Because he can't scream right now. He can't talk.
Yeah. So we just have that what we can do, what's going to happen with the clowns is we're going to compile all of the phonetic sounds that Steven can make, and then we're going to composite that together into a text-to-speech engine, and we'll replace Steven with a script
can you hear
says
Chaz screaming from
Steven
here?
Things, and it will say it in clown noises, but it won't sound quite correct, because he'll be screaming or crying or laughing or some combination of the three throughout each sentence. I like this. This is gold.
Yeah, I think
I don't even get paid
Chaz
for this.
Screaming. Are you going to do it then?
No. No, I'm just the ideas man.
We have 500 bits from Valix Butterfly, who says, as a public library in a suburban town with increasing numbers of patrons who speak English as a second or third language, I wish I still had my Spanish language skills from high school.
Yeah, I do. I like that I did a deep dive into French, but I feel like learning some basic fluency of Spanish would be helpful. It's also the case that because I'd studied French for so long, that I can understand like 30% of spoken Spanish, and I can read Spanish pretty well. I just can't speak it back. I don't know the structure or the words or the vocab or anything. So it would probably be easier for me to pick up, but I just haven't put time into it because like I gotta work, and in work I can't speak Spanish, so.
I mean, I had a tiny fraction of that when we went to China because like the kanji for like male and female for bathroom, like I was
There's
able to
some borrowed.
Just yeah. And I was like, hey, Mark and Rhonda, this is that, so you know which bathroom you can go in. And they were like, thank you. Andyman85
said, I feel like the only thing keeping Brandon safe from Chaz right now is that Brandon is in quarantine house. That's right. Chaz can't get me because I'll get him sick.
Don't get outside then. Chaz can get you there.
Oh no, I can't leave.
We have 100 bits from Gamer Girl Live. Thank you. I turned the keyboard off.
Yeah, there's like, when you operate this keyboard, you and Steven both, like, you have this instinctual thing to flip it off.
I know, and they're just AA batteries. Like, we can just replace them anytime.
Is that the reason for it? I always thought that the reason for that was...
So we didn't
Haley says, can I come over and sneeze on your things? I thought it was so that, like, Kepler doesn't walk on it or something.
I mean, it's easy enough to be like, no, Kepler.
Right, so it's fine. Whatever. What it is it's just muscle memory at this point.
It is.
Like, I was walking into my house with Josh, and Dan was right behind, but Dan was taking a minute, so I shut the door, and like as I shut the door, I locked it, because that's like just doing the deadbolt. It's just a habit. And then I realized like 20 seconds later, Dan was outside and could not come in the house. He was like, "You locked me out, Brandon." And I'm like, "No, it's not like this part of my brain. It's this part of my brain. The part that doesn't do any thinking. It's just the part that does."
Poor Dan.
What do you mean, poor Dan? I unlocked the door. I realized it before he got to the door. Humanity is just like a series of just doing things. Like, you don't think. Who is thinking? Who on this planet is thinking about what they're doing? No one. They're just doing. We're all just doing.
Haley says Alex has locked me and Leica out several times.
Yeah. Because he's not thinking. He's not like, oh, my lovely wife and favorite animal are outside. No, he's just doing. He's shutting the door. He locks it. He's like, I lock the door so that my house is safe. But he's not thinking that. He's just like doing it.
See, when
I'm doing this, by the way, I'm talking about the brainstem, not like my neck. Think with the neck.
I am one of the people who has to check the door all the time. Like, did I lock it? Did I lock the door?
Well, I don't, because I don't think. I just do it.
I mean, I do it, and then when I go check it later, I'm like, I didn't think, I just locked it. But I have to go check later, so the rest of my brain is like, yes, you did lock it.
Yeah. My tonsils can't think because I don't have them.
Kids and yaks all go wild for Tiny Eddie's cucumber and gingerbread brittle.
That sounds kind of nice.
You could make that work.
I don't think... Like, cucumber's just water. It's just crunchy water. And gingerbread brittle is water repellent.
I mean, gingerbread is brittle.
No, that's not what brittle means. Brittle's like... You know, like it's like a cracker, right?
Yeah, it is.
But then you put like gingerbread
very
infused.
Thin gingerbread.
Yeah. And then you can put cucumber. You could blend cucumber, like do a cucumber puree. Do you like that? No, don't throw up.
No, I'm coughing. I was talking to Haley yesterday about cold soup and how there's no such thing as cold soup.
Okay, we'll get back to that. That's 1,000 bits from the Leaf 473 who says, "Good morning, Mal and Brandon. I hope y'all are well, and that this Tiny Eddie snack can help everyone feel slightly better today." Well,
I think it can.
It was acceptable. Okay, gazpacho soup. Tell me what gazpacho soup is.
Haley and I agreed it's just a bad smoothie.
But what is it?
A cold soup.
A cold soup.
So, like, gazpacho is, like, tomato a lot of the time. Like, a cold tomato soup. Or borscht is, like, what, beets?
Okay.
But, like, all of that, it's just a bad smoothie.
But why would you want cold when you could have hot?
Exactly.
Okay.
See, that's what Haley and I were saying. Because we were talking about lettuce soup.
Yeah.
Because someone's like, I have all this lettuce. What soup can I make with it? And she's like, no.
No.
So then we talked about how it would probably have to be blended and how if it's soup then, like, it can't be cold because cold soup is just a bad smoothie.
Yeah, okay.
Haley said, and how do I make soup? Yeah, they were like, I have a bag of lettuce. How do I make soup?
I'm sorry. I got lost at some point. I was thinking with here and not here.
You're not lost. Trust me.
Okay. Well, I'm not the only one lost.
We were lost.
Sorry. I'm just... How do we get from... I have a bag of lettuce, I need to make soup.
Someone posted, I have a bag of lettuce, how do I make soup? And someone's like, oh, well, you can make lettuce soup.
Where did they post this?
I don't remember. She was sending me screenshots.
Okay.
And so we were discussing.
Okay. And you can't...
And then
you need more than lettuce to make lettuce soup.
Yes.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we were on the same page about that. And what you need is cold tomatoes?
That's gazpacho.
But can you do cold tomatoes and lettuce?
I mean,
will that taste bad? Is that just Tiny Eddie's like gingerbread cucumber brittle again? But
Tiny Eddie's cold tomato and lettuce soup. It's a watery blended salad.
Yeah, it's just a bad salad. What if you can't eat salad? Like, you know how it takes Thomas 95 minutes to eat a salad?
Just make salad soup, Thomas.
Just put it in a blender. It just works. Now Thomas eats salad in 30 minutes, which is still too long, but it's a 3 times improvement. Oh boy, okay.
We have 400 bits from Gamer Girl Life. Who says, good morning, how are you guys doing? Can I get some good vibes for my dad who has to go to the doctor to see if still cancer-free or if lung cancer is returned? He lives in Arizona and I live in Wisconsin. Good vibes to you. Yeah. I hope the news is good.
Yeah, those last screening to check for if you're in remission or if you have continued cancer treatment that you need, those are so stressful.
Super nerve-wracking.
But, you know, the outcome can be really positive, so we hope the best for you.
Hope it's good news. 300 bits from Cheesehammer, who says, oh hey, well Stephen is too ill to stop you. Now is the perfect time to hammer some cheese. I know he's been the one trying to keep me down and in the drawer. Now is my time. There is some cheese. It's not frozen though.
If it's not frozen, then I can't. Look, we have normal hammer.
Why is normal hammer out?
Wait, this is rubber, right?
I think it's plastic. Smell it. Is it rubber?
I don't know what rubber smells like. I'm not a rubber sniffer.
Like car tires.
No.
No.
Why is there a hammer here?
I do not know why there's a hammer out.
This one is named Durabuild.
That is not the cheese hammer. Cheese hammer says cheese hammer on it.
That's right, it's labeled.
It is
because you're
labeled.
thinking with here and not here.
So
you
don't
pick up the hammer
confuse them.
and you don't just automatically think that it's for cheese. You've been cheating on cheese hammer. I don't know why this is here. I just looked. I've never seen this before in my life. I just looked down at the table.
Who knows how long it's
while
been
we were
there?
There's like an imprint of dust. I'm gonna take
cat hair.
Yeah, from the cat particles. Let's see.
That's not gonna show up. It's not gonna show up.
Maybe. Anyway, there's a hammer here.
We have 300 bits from Shy, who says, there's no such thing as cold soup. I take slight offense to that clown take. One of my favorite soups is avgolmono, or egg lemon drop soup. It's a Greek soup and it tastes amazing even cold. I mean, that sounds good. It's things I like, but I never had that in Greece. I've never heard of it either. I mean, gazpacho is good. When I want soup, I don't want cold soup. There was one time we went into the Polish restaurant in Myrtle Beach before they closed.
I'm so sad I missed that place.
I know.
It's
Actually,
fine.
Haley was with me. We went into that place and they had gazpacho. And the very, very sweet old Polish lady who ran that place was like, I go to the market and I found tomatoes and I made gazpacho today. She said, you have to have good tomatoes. And it was very good. It was just...
She said she found tomatoes?
She went to the market and found good tomatoes because you can't just get any tomatoes. They have to be like garden grown, like the ones I grew.
Okay.
Because you need that really good tomato.
Okay.
Or it doesn't taste like anything.
Juicy.
Yeah. Like, you know how good the tomatoes,
some of them.
The Cherokee Purples
The Cherokee Purples turned out excellent. Mm-hmm. Everything else was bad. Except for the Tinies. The Tinies were really good.
The Tinies were good, yeah.
But if it was big, forget it.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
I'm trying to figure out what I'm going to grow this year.
Yeah.
So, I'm excited for that.
Are you going to do the same growth season? Because you were considering winter stuff, and now it's spring, apparently.
It is spring, apparently. Like, I could have grown like, arugula, spinach, and, like, peas.
Yeah.
Or green beans, like, starting now. But, I think I'm going to start planting summer stuff mid-late April.
Okay.
Haley says special tomatoes are coming. Yes. Haley did order special tomatoes. And we're going to try special tomatoes.
Do you want to talk about them, or do you want to leave it a surprise?
They're purple tomatoes.
They're not just purple tomatoes. They're eggplant purple.
They're eggplant purple tomatoes. I don't remember what they're called. They're not San Marzanos.
Apparently there's
Haley will know, because I forgot. She was like, I want to do this. And I'm like, cool. She's like, you want in on it with me? And I was like, sure.
They're
and then I promptly
purple.
forgot. I just remembered purple.
Okay.
Made from Snapdragon DNA. That's what it was.
What is
Why did I think eggplant?
You were describing the color as purple.
Yes.
like eggplant purple.
Yes.
Not like Cherokee purple, which is basically red.
Yes. She'll say it in a second. Valix gifted a sub to Cheesehammer, and Jay Lineback gifted a sub to Best Hammer.
There's way too many Twitch accounts with hammer... with hammer-related themes.
I'm sure there are more.
I know it.
Haley said the purple tomatoes are a new one. Yeah, they're crossbred GMO with Snapdragon DNA for some sort of like vitamin something. I can't remember, but they are very, very purple.
I just think it's neat that it's purple.
I think it's neat that
Like,
it's purple too.
there's
Did
a
you
health
end up
benefit?
looking them up?
No,
Purple
I did not look up
tomato.
purple tomato. Because I feel like if I do that, I'm not going to get something helpful. Haley says, GMO saved my family during the Dust Bowl, so they're good for my health. Those look not like tomatoes.
There's an NPR article about it. That was early February.
Cheesehammer gifted a sub to Cheesehammer 40K. There's 40,000 Cheesehammers.
Why is that? Who is that?
Who is that?
That has to be someone who knows who we are.
I don't know about that. I think there's more than one person on this earth who has frozen cheese and decided they need a hammer to take care of that whole situation. We have a 37-month resub from Pickletron XD and a gift sub from the Slick Duke for Brandon Hammer 10.
It's right there.
I guess. This doesn't have my name on it, though.
Yet.
Yet?
Go grab a Sharpie out of my office.
If I'm gonna put my name on a hammer, I'm not gonna use a Sharpie. I'm gonna do like
Do you
a
need
proper
an
engraving.
tool?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have one of them.
Jay Lineback gifted a sub to Cheese Hammer Time. Don't hammer Brandon. I like that message. If anything, I'm doing the hammering.
Yes.
Coffee.
Renee, now I know what to get him for Christmas.
An engraving tool or a hammer, whichever is cheaper.
We have 300 bits from Shy who says, well, funny thing is, if you only go in the summer, you never find it. So don't believe in soup during the summer. If you try to order it, they'll look at you funny going, do you know how hot it is outside right now? This has led me on a personal mission of sorts, but that's another time. Yeah, I was in Greece in the summer, so that's probably why I didn't see it.
Oh, they just don't even tell you about it. You have to ask.
Yeah.
But soup is like a time. Like, I'm sorry, soup takes time to do.
Okay.
Like, you can't order soup and expect the soup to appear in 10 minutes, unless they're using, like, the Campbell's Chunky Chicken Noodle Soup can, and at that point, why are you ordering it? It's the summer. Why would you not only order soup, but order canned soup? What if you went to a restaurant and they put canned soup on the menu? Would you eat it?
What if it came out in the can?
Yeah.
Or just, we took the lid off.
They, like, put the soup can on a little, like, Bunsen burner or whatever
Little
at
hot
the
plate.
table. So, Golden Corral, says Jill Days.
It all loops back around. Jared Dillon gifted a sub to Cheese Hammed Burger.
Cheesed hammed burger.
That took me a second. Jay Lineback gifted a sub to Cheese Hammers. Space Vixen Music gifted a sub to Potato Hammer. Sapphire Becca gifted a sub to Soup Time. Cheese Hammer gifted a sub to Can Hammer TV.
I need to know what Can Hammer TV is.
It's a can and a hammer.
It sounds like there's a channel, like, buried in the 7000s on DirecTV. There's a channel called Can Hammer. And they simultaneously broadcast to DirecTV's 7000 series channels, and then also Twitch on CanHammer_TV. You can hammer TV, destroy TV, says Radio
Canadian
Drone.
Warhammer 40k streamer, Chaz says.
That's what Can Hammer? I'm sorry, I already forgot the username. Instead of Will It Blend, it's Will It Hammer. That's the only show they have syndicated on Can Hammer TV.
Just stream it 24/7.
Thank you, Chill Days.
We have an 11-month resub from Crimson Sword 01. Thank you. You're almost to a year. And Jay Lineback gifted a sub to Stephen Hammer.
You're getting better at that 12 thing.
I know. Thank you.
You're welcome. I appreciate it. This is hard. I don't even know what's happening.
All right, did we run beans?
We
run
did it.
beans.
We did it early, too.
I didn't get to run beans on Tuesday because the stream went down and wouldn't go back.
Should we do it again? There's a vlog!
Oh, it's 10. There's a vlog. That sounds like we should think about wrapping up so people can go watch the vlog.
Probably.
Tonight at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm going to stream for some amount of time and paint Big Canvas.
Yep.
So join me over there on twitch.tv/malmakes.
There is a live stream tomorrow on this channel.
Yes.
Of something.
There will be a stream here tomorrow at normal Friday stream time.
Do you know what that is? Don't look at chat. What time do you stream every week on Friday?
8.
Yes, there we go. 8 Eastern.
It drives Brandon crazy when I'm like, I don't know what time stream is. And he's like, how do you not know? And I'm like, I don't.
So, will it be Tears of the Kingdom?
We don't know. It might be something else. It may not. Stephen may not be here. We don't know how he's going to feel yet. I will be here.
It will be a stream that happens.
And it will be at 7. I mean 8.
I can't say what I want to say right now.
So there will be something tomorrow.
7 o'clock today, Mal makes stream.
Yes, tomorrow.
There's a shout out that's about to expire.
Tomorrow 8.
Tomorrow at 8.
Here.
Game stream on Stephen George channel. Right now at 10 a.m. and 5 minutes. Vlog.
You mean 5 minutes ago?
No, like 10:05. Like 10 a.m. and 5 minutes. 10 and 5. It's a pinned message. Where's the chat for you? Are you no over here?
Yeah, that way.
There's like right there.
Yes.
You can click that and then you can watch it. And I don't know what it is because I didn't make it.
It's a vlog.
We got 35-month resub from Lord Matapon.
And 300 bits from NG Bin who says, one more Stephen voice. Yak.
Brandon oh no, on mobile it's below. Okay, well over there, wait, hang on, how do I do this? There's a pinned message. Wait, hang on. It's so hard to do this because it's like mirrored. There's a pinned message somewhere. Go click it. Do we need to do anything else? Are we done?
No, that's about it. We're done.
All right, bye.
All right, everyone. Thanks for being here. I'll see you tonight on my channel and tomorrow here.